Got your rock crawler?
Yeah.
How'd you get here? This is a restricted area.
Well, I just pulled over the side of the road. I wanted to play with rocks. Well,
this is our lunar proving ground.
What do you mean?
I have a rock crawler too. Do you want to see it?
Okay. What is that?
This is our lunar rover prototype. It's designed for the Canadian Space Agency.
And that?
And that's another one. So my name is Peter Visscher. I work at Ontario Driving Gear. We build amphibious vehicles, among other things. This is our lunar rover prototype. We hope in about 5 years it'll end up on the surface of the moon.
And you use spectrum radio.
Same as yours.
And so your job is to play with RC all day?
I don't know if I would use the term play, but a lot of people would accuse me of that. Yeah, it's a fun job. We get to go to a lot of different places and test these vehicles. This machine came back from Hawaii last year.
That's really cool. Do you mind showing me some details?
Sure, I'll probably have to erase your memory after this, but first thing you might notice is the wheels. They're not made out of rubber. When we go to the moon, it's just too hot, it's too cold, the rubber will not work, it'll break. So we've made a wheel out of only metal, titanium and spring steel, cool stuff like that. So it's designed to operate in minus 200 degrees Celsius. So that's pretty cold.
So this is pretty neat. It almost gives like a tire. How did you design that?
It's designed to drive over rocks and it gives some compliancy. So it kind of acts like a rubber tire, and when you're driving over the ground it gives you a bigger contact patch and more traction. Because this wheel is a little bit flexible, we can climb steeper hills, go over softer material, we can climb rocks better. So we've been testing this wheel for about 1.5 years, 2 years now. The other feature you might notice is the chassis. It looks like it's missing a part. It's open. The reason we do that is because now we can put a payload there, and we can put any payload we want there. So this rover can be used on different missions as well.
What payload would you be carrying on the moon?
Well, the first payload we're going to carry is called Resolve, and it's a NASA payload designed to find water. The water is in the ground. We don't know how deep it is, but we know it's there. So the payload's going to have a drill on it, and it's going to take a sample and figure out where the water is and how much is there. The big picture is that we want to go to Mars at some point. And to get to Mars, we have to use the moon as a stepping stone. We have to send people there, learn how to live for months or years at a time. And if we can make our own water, it saves us a whole lot of money. We can make our own rocket fuel on the moon. Every kilogram we bring to the moon costs $100,000. So we can save a lot of money if we make some stuff on the moon. If we send astronauts to Mars right now, we simply can't take enough food or water for them to survive. They will perish. We need them to go to Mars and learn how to live off the land. And we're going to start doing that by going to the moon and practicing. Well, we've got some pretty big lithium-ion batteries in here, and we've got 5 kilowatt hours. So that means we can run a full 12 hours and still not have the batteries die. See, there's a battery in here. There's another battery in here. We can take them out really quickly and exchange them if we have to, but with a 12-hour run time, it doesn't come up too often.
I see you got some bling in there. You went with nice metal blue.
These are actually titanium, and this is titanium, and there's lots of other titanium. It's a very lightweight, strong metal used commonly in aerospace. It keeps this rover weight down to a level that we can actually launch it.
And this is the motor. What's the motor?
It's a mag motor. It's about 2 kilowatts. It's got lots of power. It doesn't work very hard at all in this rover. It doesn't even get warm, so it'll last forever on this one. The immediate future for this is the moon, but we've also been working with some folks at NASA doing some Mars analog as well. The conditions are similar. They're not exactly the same, but if it works well on the moon, it'll work well on Mars as well. Well, one of the cool features we have on here is we have the ability to tilt the body forward and back. And what's neat about that is when we're climbing steep hills, we can lean forward a bit, and it puts the center of gravity up the hill. So inside there is a small motor with a worm drive, and it pulls on this bell crank and tilts the whole machine forward about 25 degrees. It's a neat little feature, really lets us enhance the rock crawling abilities of this machine. This part here is called the tubular deloadinator, and it helps to spring load the machine to offset any payload mass. So the hill I'm going to climb here is going to be about 37 to 40 degrees. So I've got another engineer with me here. This is Dan Woolley, and I let him drive the old one. But he's going to do something really crazy with it. He's going to drive down a 40-degree slope through a patch of weeds. It's too steep for us to cut with a lawnmower, so this is the only way we can beat down these weeds.
Peter, I can try yours?
I suppose if I can drive yours.
All right, let's trade.
All right, good luck. That one's about $200,000.
Mine's worth about maybe, I don't know, 600 bucks.
I'll take it.
All right, so fair trade then.
What?
Fair trade. See ya.
Security? Another controller, please. This really isn't a problem. We've operated these rovers from up to 5,000 kilometers away. When they're on the moon, it'll be more like 200,000 miles away. I'll get them.
John. John.
All right, so for the years, people have been building the multi-rotor copters in their basements, in their own hobby rooms with motors and speed controls left over from other equipment. And now Blade 350QX is out, and it is already enabled and comes with a mount for the GoPro camera. So guys have been spending like thousands of dollars over the past few years building up their own. And here it is, the Blade 350QX, fully ready to go for under 500 bucks with everything you need to make it fly. And let's see what it can do. The 350QX is waiting for you at John's Hobbies. We have both the bind and fly and the ready to fly version, and you'll be flying, capturing some amazing footage with your GoPro in just a matter of minutes. Come on down.
Where are you gonna get it? John.